Yeah, the preacher man been lying the whole time. Another pulpit pimp. I mean, I'm a God man, so I don't want to go there. But then when I think about Matt Rule, PK, all that kind of same situation. So I get the comparison and I get the correlation. The thing is, man, it's been 2 weeks. I can't truly say that this won't hit after the first quarter of the season. Like, don't get me wrong, this team it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take some time. This team is not ready to like really, really make a deep run or any of that. I don't know when they're gonna get the next win. They might start off 0-4 in this first quarter. But if it takes that to get to where we need to get to, then hey, great. I can't see it. I haven't seen anything that can that tells me anything otherwise. So until then, we can't. And so, Frank Wright, right now, you do look like a liar. You got to take it on the chin. I know you say you don't care, but one thing about this fan base is you're going to hear it. Some way, somehow, you're going to hear it and you're going to feel it because we're going to let you know and we're going to let everybody know. So, David Tepper, we're going to get to you. We're going to get to you. I'm going to hold that. We got a second. We're going to get to you.
Y'all tired. I mean, it's just that simple.
Yeah, we're tired.
And the one positive thing, the one thing that I got to see what you're saying, can he bounce back and kind of start looking like he's heading the right direction? You did play the Atlanta Falcons, who we watched in 2 weeks and said this is a better defense. Played New Orleans Saints, so we said it was a top 3 defense. So if there's going to be some life shown from this team, I'm not saying Seattle's you can walk through them, but this is going to be a team that you should be able to move the ball a little bit against, and maybe get the ball in the end zone.
And one more thing before we move on, unless you got something else to say, man.
But, that was my last one.
Okay. All right.
Yo, what's going on, people? What's going on? It's your boy, DJ. Yeah, Tampa Bay, cold as hell representative. If I can turn my hat this way, you know what I mean? Cold as a bug. But I'm here. You already know, with my boy Mike. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, everybody? You know what this is. It's your boy Mike Ricks, man. Your Carolina. Whoa. You're 1-0 after the bye. Carolina Panthers representative.
Yo, 1-6. However you want to spin it.
After the Hey man, we won at 5 in our last 5. 1-4 in our last 5 games. That's what the ESPN thing say. Last 5. What y'all say? We'll get to that.
3-4.
Oh, that's what we gonna do. That ain't what it say on the thing. That ain't what it say on the thing.
Well, we gonna look and see what it say pretty soon. But it's all good. It's all good. What's going on, Dre, man? Trill was good. Yeah, man. Congratulations. Let's start there. Been 0-6. Frank Wright came here talking about, we ain't know what he was gonna do. But he showed us. They went 0-6 as a play caller. He gave it to Thomas Brown. Was it pretty? Not at all. But guess what he did? Coming from a team that finds ways to win gritty games, that's exactly what y'all did. And y'all saved Bryce Young the embarrassment at his own house to losing to the guy that you and many other fans wanted. So, congratulations, Bryce Young. Congratulations, Thomas Brown.
I wanted Bryce Young. After we got the number 1 pick. But I was there on CJ too, though. I think they're both going to be really good. It's just, it was amazing to see somebody with that can actually, when you have a competent guy that with a pretty good scheme, that can help you do what you do. So shout out to Thomas Brown for allowing Bryce Young to be more like Bryce Young. But we'll touch on that, man. We'll get into that, man. It's week 9, DJ. Halloween was just here, man. Candy's all over the place, so y'all might see me eat some candy here. Look, I didn't took the kids' bucket and bought it in. I'm that kind of parent.
Love some damn chocolate, boy. I can't help it. They can have the gummies all day. All day they can have the damn gummies. Give me the damn chocolate. They don't need a chocolate. They don't even need the gummies either. But I'd rather be the one to take the cavities on the face with the chocolate. So, I got some Reese's in the freezer right now. So probably after this show, I'm gonna go grab them things, take my black ass upstairs, and I'm gonna eat my Reese's piece or my Reese's cups. Frozen Reese's cups, you can't beat them. You can't beat them.
Nothing like them. Nothing like a Reese's cup, especially frozen, dog. Anyway, man, let's get into this week, man.
Let's do it.
All right, week 9. Everybody has a game. No buys this week. No buys at all. So, look, man. Let's jump into the power rankings briefly. Since we got a Halloween, spooky power rank. I know it's a little ugly, hard to see, but
I gotta get a little closer.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Hey, is that what I think I'm seeing?
What you seeing, man?
Oh, I'm not. Y'all still in 30s.
Yeah, we 31st. We 31st.
I was looking. That ours threw me off a little bit. I thought y'all got the 30s, huh?
Yeah, so we're 31st. Atlanta's 15th, Tampa 17th, and the Saints are 21st.
It sounds really similar to the preseason power rankings, just jargled up a little bit.
They didn't have y'all there. We're trying to say they had a switch.
Like as an NFC South. Yeah, as an NFC South, we're on the bottom half of this. I'll say, we're in the middle with Atlanta being at 15, but majority of the teams being on the back end of the 15 is kind of how we started. Even though they had Atlanta kind of in that area, but I think they had the Saints as the top. Then Atlanta, then y'all, then us.
Yeah, and it still may play out that way, but maybe
Mikey.
Not opposite. Yeah, sorry to hear about your loss, man.
Salute to you, Mikey. My condolences. Hope you and the fam do all right. I know many people that got dogs, that's extension of their family, so my condolences to y'all. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and I know how that is, man. We actually had a death in the family. Shout out to Uncle Batman. Life of the party. Life of the party. Always seen him smile and had a good time every time I was around him. Kids loved him. So RIP, man. He lived a full life, a fun-filled life, and not everybody get the opportunity to do that. So salute to my uncle, man. But yeah, man, let's get right into some hot topics, man. Just a few hot topics, man. So
yeah, it's going on a little bit. Oh well, we're gonna start here, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna start here real quick, and then we're gonna jump right into what's going on in the chat. Shout out to Frankie Luvu, NFC Defensive Player of the Week. 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, and a sack. My man's mom was there for the first time, I believe. It's Carolina Panther, or maybe his first NFL game. I don't know, but definitely a Carolina Panther. So he put on for Mom Dukes, man. Put on for Mom Dukes, and a guy I've been high on for a long time, man. And to see him transition from just that outside pass rushing linebacker or special teams guy to see what he's doing all over the field at linebacker, can't do anything but applaud the man. That's his hard work and effort. That's a heart. That's hard. You know about it. You know about it. Hater. Anyway, shout out to him. DJ gonna hate. So let's move on. All right, man. Let's get into the next topic. Yeah. This is what the people want. DJ, I'm gonna let you have your go ahead and get yours on this one.
I mean, you want me to say? I mean, I understand. And, you know, I do find it interesting the way he's trying to play the whole, you know, um, injury, no injury with the whole. It's like he's still trying to like play that line. Like I'm not benching him, but it's kind of more precautionary that we're making sure that he's okay, and because like we talked about it when it happened was like the first report that we read was concussion, and it was like okay, I didn't really see where it happened, but that's what's being reported. And now, there's, I guess, people within the Falcon organization or within the fan base, they're speculating, oh, he got benched because of the turnovers. And I think it did come after he fumbled another ball, um, which caused a turnover. And that's just been his Achilles heel this year. I mean, if many people that are Bucs fans that, or you yourself, remember the first year of Jameis Winston's rookie year, he had the fumble. He had fumbleitis. He fumbled more than he got picked. It wasn't picks at the beginning of his career, it was the fumbles. He just could not hold on to the ball. I think it followed him within, the first 2 years. He really was bad with that. And right now, Desmond Ridder seems like he just can't hold on to the ball. He's just turned the ball over at a very high rate. If I'm not mistaken, Atlanta has one of the worst, differentials when it comes to turnover differential due to the amount of turnovers they're not getting on defense, and the ones they're getting on offense due to Desmond Ridder being unsafe with the football, which probably is a reason he's looking at it like, you're helping us struggle to win a lot of these games by turning the ball over. So it won't be surprising if that's the real reason. Dre, maybe you heard more, and I need to look. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that's the reason why he got benched. He's been playing well throwing the ball, I think, overall, but you got to protect the ball, right? Right, Mike? I mean,
Yeah. Especially in a team like this, Atlanta, they don't really want to throw the ball all over the field anyway. They want to play time possession, move the chains, punish you, be physical in the run game, and let their defense, which has been pretty good, man. We've both been impressed with where their defense is. And when you have a team that's built that way, you cannot have turnovers, man, because you don't have many opportunities to put the ball in the end zone as is with the type of offense Arthur Smith has. I mean, you can go back to when he was with Tennessee. They were prideful on taking care of the football and playing sound defense. I mean, hard-nosed, sound defense. And that looks like that's what's trying to be the makeup here. But he just messing it up. I mean, messing it up. I wasn't a Ridder guy coming in. I thought it was solid, but wasn't anything special about him. I thought he would be, more of a backup, have to learn early quarterback that could potentially turn into something. But if you hand him the keys year 2 and say, look, this is your ship to drive, DJ, we talked about this crap all off season. They were hiding them. Like we were like, where's Desmond Ridder? Where's Desmond? Who threw that pass? Who threw that pass that got picked? Who threw that pass that was way behind the receiver? We were asking all off season about Desmond freaking Ridder. And no one, especially Sean J, was like, people were just, he wanted Tyler Heineke anyway. But, a lot of Falcons fans, we kept asking, where's Ridder? What's going on with Ridder? Why they keep hiding Ridder? And, I know it's his first year. He wasn't a captain. That kind of made me think about, okay, well, what's going on with that? He's your quarterback. He's supposed to be the leader. It's not like he's just a rookie. He hadn't earned the respect of that offense yet or that locker room. Something's up there. But I'm not surprised by it. Heineke, to me, was a better option probably to start the season because he has much more experience. And shout out to ODU. I'm gonna get this every time we talk about Tyler Heineke. Shout out to my brother who played ball with him as well. Second leader tackling all time in ODU history. Shout out to my brother TJ Ricks. He's an Atlanta Falcon fan, so that's why I'm talking him up too. Sent me the message when it happened. It said T Henny time. So that seems like the temperature in Atlanta because Sean J sent me a message saying the same thing. So Atlanta seems like they're excited and been ready for T Henny as well. Go ahead, DJ.
No, I was just saying, I looked it up, and through 8 games, Desmond Ridder is leading the NFL in turnovers. He has 6 lost fumbles and 6 interceptions. The number 2 and 3 players right now are Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, sitting at 11 and 10. So they're right behind them. But obviously, their production and their offensive production overall outweighs, that amount of turnovers that they've given up. But I didn't want to put that out there.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, not surprising, man. This guy's been turning the ball over like crazy, man.
And they're not scoring points. So it's like, you can't turn, like you said, you can't be playing that close to the vest and turn the ball over, right? We're seeing an uptick in the passing game that we haven't seen with the Atlanta Falcons for a while. But while doing that at the same time, you're turning the ball over in the Reds. I mean, you're giving away points due to his play. When you do be able to move the ball, even though you're moving the ball a little better, you think you probably can move the ball with Tyler Heineke, but he's not going to turn the ball over at the rate that because he's 8 games in right now. If you double that, he's on pace to 26, 24 turnovers for the year. That's where he's heading right now.
And it ain't 30 for 30.
Mm-hmm. He's going to give you 30. He's going to give you 30 one way, not the other way.
So, you had to make a change because, Atlanta's in position. And right now, still leading the division. They're in position to go to the playoffs and make the postseason and win this division. So they have aspirations of that. And anything less is a failure. So they have to, look, we can't keep going down this road. We saw Heineke come in, make some good decisions, take care of the ball, start putting up some points, making a little bit of a run. Not enough to win the football game, but, you saw some positive things there. And that's why Atlanta Falcons fans are extremely excited about that, man. So, I don't know. Guess we will see.
Oh, we're going to definitely see. You need to worry about your great AJ Terrell who got burned up top a couple times. I did see that. That boy, Will Levis looked like goddamn. What somebody just said in there? Tom Brady out here just bombs over Baghdad. Hey, boys had 4 of them things over the top.
Yeah, man. 4 of them just boom. I just D-hop. Y'all thought it was finished.
I mean, on the ground like this. He threw the ball was like this, just lay down.
Yeah, man, he was launching them thing on that secondary, man. So, pass rush. That's why they were trying to make a move for Montez Sweat. And then, David Amumada's out. Not David Amumada. Grady Jarrett is out for the season. And I know we're doing a lot of Atlanta talk, man. They ain't nobody to be talking about, but it's just y'all just hot right now with some stuff. So. But yeah, man, Grady Jarrett, that's huge. That's gonna be huge. But what are your thoughts about this matchup? Let's just get into this matchup, man. In this matchup at home, isn't Atlanta playing at home? I believe Atlanta's playing at home.
I believe they are at home.
Yeah, because Minnesota, I believe, is 3-1 on the road, and Atlanta's 3-1 at home. So
yeah, but there's a major change that has occurred with the Minnesota Vikings. And, many of us obviously heard Kirk Cousins out for the year. I believe it was a torn Achilles. Yeah, that's a hard blow. Minnesota was starting to win some good games. They beat the 49ers, who they just beat last week. They had a good win last week. It looks like, everything is starting to come together for them. You're seeing a little better. They're running better on the ground without Justin Jefferson, which I know this ain't no Minnesota Vikings podcast, but I think it's very interesting that the offense is moving a lot better with Justin Jefferson on the bench. So, they got a decision to make. I mean, Addison, you got him this year in the draft. I mean, I guess real quick, Mike, what's your thoughts? I mean, you loved Addison coming out of the draft.
Yeah, I did. I was high on Addison coming out, man. He was one of those guys that I just knew would instantly transition to the NFL and be able to be productive. The man has 7 freaking touchdowns, bro, in 8 weeks.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it got to be. I don't know anybody that got 7 touchdowns in the league right now through 8 weeks as a receiver. It could be. I just don't know anybody. So that's crazy impressive, man. Almost 500 yards. So no, he's on pace for over 1,000 with this production, man. So, yeah. I mean, they got Hawkinson, KJ Osborne, some other guys that could just spread the ball around. Cam Akers was an excellent pickup for them because they needed another running back that could, pound it and get some yards and do some things like that, get some carries, add some production. So I just think their overall talent. Not saying Justin Jefferson's a diva.
He got some diva ways about him.
It's just that star wide receiver thing is just sometimes it can destroy your team. It can destroy your team. It ain't overblown to me. Look at my daggone receivers.
I mean, yeah, you need quality, wide receivers. I'm not saying you don't need quality receivers, but I think we talked about this off camera. I mean, how many of these top wide receivers do we see winning Super Bowls or leading teams to Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? Like their production be crazy. We look at the top 5. Most of the time, they're not players that's going to win a Super Bowl. It's just not happening. Yeah. So you need a player that, you got to be a player that can get to the spot, create separation and, move the chains on third down. And guess what Addison's doing right now? I mean, Addison's helping that offense to make sure it's staying on track and be able to move the ball. And Osborne showing up. Osborne is showing up again. They're starting to run the ball a little better. Hawkinson.
They can't make it
called out.
That. He ain't done much. I just think he helps out with that. But go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm just saying, it just seems like that. But obviously, it was some noise about that Jameis Winston's going to be traded there. Saints fans doesn't look like y'all wanted to pull the trigger on that, even though y'all don't want to play him. You probably could have got a third or a fourth for him, which you don't want to play him anyway. Why not just let him go?
Right.
That was interesting. Maybe be a little nervous that he might actually go to Minnesota and Dennis Allen doesn't want to play him, and all of a sudden he get with an actual offensive coordinator and Connell, and he actually does something with a Sean Payton and does something with Jameis. Was that the nervousness y'all have? So you're like, nah, I'm not pulling that trigger.
Right.
That was interesting.
But what I've been impressed with is Brian Flores' defense, man. That defense is starting to look much better, man. Daniel Hunter got 10 sacks already. They're getting pressure. Like their defense is playing better too. So they're playing complimentary football. And I know this Kirk Cousins blow is, it's a big blow for them. I will say this though. I believe Joshua Dobbs was with somebody else, went to the Cardinals, and just went out there and played really good football. I mean, it seemed like he didn't have to be there long and pick it up. They didn't even have his jersey. And remember, they were talking all that mess. So and I think that was part of the reason why they went and got him. They know he's a smart quarterback. Very intelligent. Yeah, very, very intelligent. That doesn't need long to be able to pick up. And then you can design a bunch of things for him that can still fit your offense. So I don't know. This gonna be an interesting matchup, man. Atlanta's coming off, a loss, not a heartbreaker, but getting their butt whooped pretty much by a third string rookie quarterback. So I know they're gonna want to come back out here and protect their dirt at home. They're gonna have concert, all that stuff. They're gonna be lit because Heineke's starting. Oh man, this matchup is interesting to me, man. I'm leaning towards Minnesota because I like Brian Flores and the offensive coordinator. I just if Desmond Ridder was playing, I'd be definitely leaning more Vikings. But this Heineke, man, it makes me a little concerned. So I'm gonna get a benefit of the doubt and give it to the Falcons to win this game.
Yeah,
I'm more comfortable though.
I'm going to lean that way as well. Even though, I know we watched Baker Mayfield in a short week come into the Rams and get a big win with not much time. Can that offensive coordinator get Dobbs up to speed and kind of do that with Dobbs, which, again, he's a very smart player. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's going to play within the offense. See, now I didn't mean to do this because I was about to pick Atlanta too, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta. It's just a lot to ask. Like that really is a lot to ask from that player. Because I highly doubt they're gonna play Jaron Hall, who I did like coming out of BYU a little bit, but he's still very wet around the ears, and it really does seem like they're gonna probably end up playing Dobbs in that matchup. Which again, that's a lot to ask. But like you said, I won't be surprised because again, Minnesota as a team is playing very well. The defense is playing a lot better. So it's going to be a matchup, and it's not like Atlanta's out here, blowing anybody's watered off with points, right? So I mean, it's going to be another close matchup. So I'm gonna give them the edge just because I don't like the fact of their quarterback situation. But if Jobs was here for another week or two, because of the type of player he is, I do think this offense is going to do enough to win games if their defense keeps playing the way they have been playing. But I'm gonna give Atlanta this one. I'm gonna pick Atlanta.
Man, you making me go. I about to talk myself in.
It's there. It really is there. If I wanted to be a true hater, I could do it. I swayed it last week with Tennessee, and what happened? I did the same thing with Tennessee last week. I feel it.
Yeah.
But again,
I mean,
right now, I just
Minnesota's won their last 4 out of 5 games, and the only loss came to Kansas City. I know Cousins was there, but it's just something about Dobbs, man. They put up points.
And they're playing
Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. They're playing complimentary football. Like Atlanta right now has 138 points for and 161 points against. So they're in a hole. And Minnesota is putting up what? I think they're in top 15 in points scored and top 15 in points allowed. Second in the NFL in passing yards. Are terrible in the running game, but we just saw what Will Levis did, bruh. Anyway, I can't. I'm not talking my stuff.
They were there. He was all.
I know.
We watched the videos of Will Levis throwing them balls over the damn thing. So we saw the growth that ended up being up until this point of that. I feel you, bro. I really, but it's just too close. It's too close to call right now. Atlanta should win this game, but again, this team is playing like a team, and they're going to come together. And like you said, I think they're on the road. 3-1? You said so that's been team efforts. And like I said, Kirk Cousins has been playing well, but that defense has also been playing very well as well down these last couple of games. So
I know, and I feel like that defense might be the reason they sneak it. Nope. Let's go. Let's move on. Both pick Falcons. Sweep there because I'm gonna change my pick later on in this week. If I keep paying attention to some things, I might, but I can't do it. Nope. Go. Let's go Falcons. Oh man,
there you go. Hey, this Drake, Chris, this is the one right here. This is what's taking the cake right now for that. So it's tough to take.
It ain't taking it from me because you know how I feel about Kirk Cousins.
You like that?
Yeah, the whole team been playing good, man. So that's the thing. Anyway, Falcons, y'all getting the dub.
Stop putting comments in the damn comments, goddammit.
I know. Let's transition. I don't know why I had this next, man. I should have had. Well, anyway, we should have had the Panthers and the Saints go first, since we were the teams that won. But I knew it was a lot of hot stuff going on in Atlanta, so I guess hot Atlanta got a chance to get the first one. But Carolina Panthers, man, we get to host another game at home. Another opportunity to protect our dirt. Another opportunity to go against a matchup where we can get some get back, right? It was a lot of talk about CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. Seemed like 50+% was leaning more CJ and just trying to get rid of my boy Bryce, all that type of stuff. now we're in another situation where Frank Wright is coaching against his former team. So is this his chance to get another get right, get back, that type of game here in the Bank of America? Can Thomas Brown and Bryce Young get it done again? Can Evero did his thing on TJ Stroud in that defense last week, man. I mean that offense last week. So could the Carolina Panthers go on a 2-0 winning streak after the bye? Because Frank Wright is 5-0 of all time after the bye. He hasn't lost one game, not one game coming off a bye. And this is when he hits his stride. So this is usually when his team gets going. So could this be another game? All right, so let's just break down this game real quick. So Gardner Minshew, a guy that I liked a lot. I actually wanted him to be the backup of the Carolina Panthers because I knew we were getting a quarterback, but I felt like he was a legitimate starter. I could put him out there and get the job done. Well, they went Andy Dalton, which, hey, same thing to me. I'm good with Andy, but this is a guy that I believe in a lot. I think he possesses some good tools. He's tough as Teflon. I mean, he just plays all out. And that running game of theirs, man, with that two-headed monster with Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor back there, watch out, especially for a Carolina Panther team that struggled against stopping the run. So that could be a matchup nightmare for the Carolina Panthers. Another thing, the Colts also put up points. They've averaged over 20-something points a game. They're one of the top 10 in scoring. I think they might be 6th in the NFL or something like that in scoring. So hey, another offense that could put up work in this defense, and it might end up being a shootout. Reason I say a shootout is because we know they can't stop a cold. They can't stop a nosebleed. They can't stop anything. If you want to get right game offensively, this is the defense you want to put it to. This is the defense you want to get right against because they're going to give you opportunities. You have to be disciplined. You have to not have a lot of turnover, have no turnovers. Make sure you minimize your penalties, and you have to be on the same page. All those negative starts, getting sacked back and then starting 2nd and 5, or having a pre-snap penalty and starting 2nd and 20. I mean, not 2nd and 5, 2nd and 15, and then you're starting 1st and 20 because you got a holding penalty. Like all those things, man, we cannot afford to do that against this team because I don't know how many points we'll be able to put up. The last time we played a team that was giving up a bunch of points, though, we put up a bunch of points, but we lost to the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think this team is as good as the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh,
not at all. So I do believe Bryce Young gets his opportunity to come out here, maybe get 3 touchdowns, 200-something plus yards, probably flirting with that 300-yard range. Chuba, Miles Sanders, all of them will be able to get some touches, get a little bit of yards there. But I do believe this is one of those offensive fans' excitement get back game to also help some of these numbers that we look at when it comes to this football team offensively. So Icky. You gotta be right. You gotta be right this game, man. So try to be right this game, minimize your mistakes, and we can take care of business and protect our dirt. Give me Carolina in this one. I almost lean the Colts. I'm not overlooking the Colts. I just think this team, I said it last week, we were going to get the dub. I think we're on a different path right now. And that energy we needed Thomas Brown to be that offensive coordinator. And Frank Wright looked like he was about to cry and say, "Oh, this game ball, brother, wow. Oh, wow." He looked like this nigga gonna save my job. David Tepper back there looking like this mother should have done this 3-4 weeks ago. But anyway, we are gonna get this dub. We're gonna be 1-0. That's my picks, man. I think Bryce Young gets all. Hey, Jonathan Mingo has a really good game this week.
Yeah, you saw flashes of him last week. Finally trying to get towards that 2nd round pick that he was selected this year. Yeah, you saw him. He didn't have a huge game, but you saw a play where he actually got open, and you saw him a little bit in the open field, make a little shimmy and So we had like 3 or 4 catches or something like that, about 50 yards. Or I could be wrong. I'm guessing that. I think at the point where he caught that one that I saw was like a 15-yarder or something like that. Or it was like the longest play, I think, for you guys or something like that. I don't know. I heard the but
like 40-some yard, 40-some
yeah,
yard.
But so yeah, so that could be something to be looked at. But when we were talking about obviously Indianapolis being the worst team when it comes to points, I'm trying to figure out why that really is true. And because I mean, you look at the matchups that they've had, they played against some pretty good offenses, but also you had the Cleveland Browns, who put up 39 on them as of recently. So it's like, what is causing this? And it's still, you probably got to dig a little more to find out what's going on with that. But there's definitely a chance for you guys to probably have the biggest input or output from your offense if you guys obviously, come out here and make it, because you saw some life. You saw DJ Chark, like he got involved last week. Thielen got involved. Mingo got involved. Now that you made the you got who's your second running back? That's not your main running back.
Chuba Hubbard. Thank you.
He seems like he's now the bell cow, and Miles Sanders more of a spell now. So you might be doing something on offense. And again, this is a team that just gives up points. I mean, and the thing that but they're not like the bottom from like a yard standpoint on either the run or the pass. So is it turn? Like, I can figure it out. But
they just let people in the end zone.
They're just letting people in the end zone. It's just that simple. And while I was doing that, I saw that you guys are bottom 3 when it comes against the run. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that. I had no idea about that. And now you got Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss coming to your house.
I know.
That's I'm happy. I got both of them on my fantasy. I'm starting both of them this week. You guys are letting it up on the ground, and Zach has been doing it. He's been consistent. And then now Jonathan's had a couple of decent games, but sheesh, that's ground control on the road. You talked about Gardner Minshew, Michael Pittman. This game's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be some points. Seem like there's gonna be scoring this game, but it looks like the Colts can play more time possession. But it's a lot to ask for the Panthers to put up. Because I think you will have to get close to 30 points or over 30 points. Because that's what's been going on with the Colts over the last couple of weeks. They've been giving up that 30 range, and they've been losing it, allowing good teams to get over 30.
Shoot, look at the Saints. They're not a powerhouse offensively. This is the get right team.
You're right about that. It's definitely a get right game for y'all if y'all do the right things in regards to that. Do I trust it? And that's where the question lies with me. Can I trust it? And you're at home. I'm not the biggest Gardner Minshew fan. I think he's just a journeyman, just whatever. I like Bryce.
Solid.
I'm gonna give you guys a win here. I'm less confident about this one, and it's because I don't know. I'm looking at this. It's tough, but I'm gonna give y'all the win. And is there a reasoning behind it? No, because you got 2 as of right now, below average teams, But the Colts just at will are just, they got one game? In the last 2 games, Cleveland put up 39 points. New Orleans, when's the last time they put up 38 points? Just put up 38 points on them. And both of those were at home. Maybe because they're on the road, maybe this will help them out a little bit. Maybe I need to look at the road a little more. No, because they didn't score on the road. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick the Panthers. I mean, it's really hard to tell. This team is really hard to really tell what they're gonna do. But that run game is something the Panthers are gonna have to watch out for. I mean, they got two-headed monster that if they allow them to control the game, the Colts are gonna win this game. Right. But I like as an overall how Panthers have been playing. And I know it's Houston. Houston's not no juggernaut or nothing like that. But I have played Miami, Detroit, Minnesota, and Seattle. Right. So you found now an average team, which we're talking about the AFC South. You made a very close game out of Houston and got to win. Colts are going to be another below average to average team that you're going to play, and you should come out with a dub. You should be able to get a run here and get a dub. So, yeah, I'll take the Panthers this matchup. Wow, I took 2 division foes to get wins already. Somebody check my temperature. That's why I got this hat on. I'm hot. I'm cold right now. There must be something wrong with me. I don't really know what the hell's going on.
It's got to be. But great point about the run game, man. That was part of the reason I was leaning slightly towards Colts. But I gotta believe that Evero knows that. And so the teams we've been playing, and with our banged up secondary, he's had to kind of sacrifice something. And I don't think he's going to do that this week because he knows how strong that running game is. So Gardner Minshew is going to have to beat the Carolina Panthers. Can he do it? Who knows? So it could be another bombs over Baghdad game. Just a lot of air rating, high scoring.
And I really like their coach. I like their head coach. So
Me too. I love their head coach.
Game plans very well from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah,
he's going to have to get his defense together. That's probably something he can't do until the offseason. So,
right,
you're going to get. There's going to be opportunities, and he knows he has to score, which I don't know. I just don't think they can do enough.
Oh, all right. Sweet there too. Interesting. All right, let's go this game. We'll leave these ain'ts for last.
The ain't. Sorry, Jerry. You know you're my guy, though. You know you're my guy.
Much love to y'all. You know we was just joking. I didn't take this one away, man. It's yours.
I was joking because I can't stand your damn team. But Jerry, you my guy for real. Like I got something like my family, like extension of my family are Saints fans. I love them to death. I can't stand their team and their fan base. Kind of like you, Jerry. It's almost the same thing, dog. And Mike, you cool too. Again, condolences to your dog and all that. I don't mean to laugh at that, but my bad. But yeah, man. Bucs versus Houston. This is like the part of the season where I've been like, I can't wait to get here, right? It's just been these last couple weeks after the bye week has been rough for the Bucs. I mean, obviously played Buffalo on Thursday night, Atlanta, which was the game. It seems like right now the highlight game that's sticking out to many Bucs fans is like you had no business losing that game, right? I mean, they're like out of all the games so far we lost to Buffalo, the Detroit, Philly. But Atlanta, right? And that Atlanta game seems like now it adds into the other 4 as if like it's the biggest problem ever, right? I mean, it just seems like it's a huge problem. Coming off this loss against Buffalo in Buffalo, you now have to go to Houston, which you had a mini bye, right? I mean, you allow some players to get healthy. Vita Vea didn't play last week. Devin White's been bothered by a groin injury, but been playing through it apparently. Baker Mayfield has an injury that is soreness or something like that. I think it's like some kind of bruise on his thigh or something like that only can or is that Tristan Wirfs? Tristan Wirfs had an injury that he fought through. So we were a little banged up in that game and got banged up in Buffalo. And this mini bye week seems like it helped. And from everything that Todd Bowles is saying, a lot of players were able to rest up. It's like they're getting a little healthier, and he's like, this is it. This is our last little bit that we get a little break, and we got to just fight through anything else coming forward. By the way things have been looking. But overall, relatively healthy. Obviously, just about all the players coming back. I think the only player that, that was a starter prior to this that's not going to be playing is Matt Filer. And I know myself and many others, I think we feel pretty good about that. We'd rather Aaron Stinney in there because we had our best run production it wasn't the greatest, but I think we got the longest play from scrimmage from the run game on Aaron Stinney's side running through his hole. So, I mean, you're thinking that Aaron Stinney can maybe give a little more than Filer's been given because he is one of the players that has been struggling within the interior of that line. And you're hoping that's what happens because, I mean, again, we've been playing teams that are on that higher pendulum when you're talking about the NFL to now play the Houston Texans, who are a team still trying to figure it out. Another team that has struggled, lost games. What are they? 1-3 in their last one. 2 they're 2-2 in the last 4. We're 1-3 in our
3 in their last 5.
Sure.
3-2 in their last 5.
Yeah, 3-2 in their last 5 with losses to the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers, and they about to get another one from another NFC South division team of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I see this team as another team again, still trying. Oh, they did lose to New Orleans. Damn, they gotta play every single team in this division back to back to back to back.
Yep.
Damn, that's an interesting schedule. But will they be 2-2 or will they be 1-3 against this division? I'm leaning 1-3. I think this team is another team where the Bucs did do well earlier in the season, playing teams like this that are still young, still trying to figure it out. And Houston, yeah, they played pretty well at home. But guess what? The Bucs have played at the same stretch, 2-1 on the road against Houston Texans, 2-1 at home. I like this matchup to get back where we need to be. Again, we had a mini bye, fix some things, get some players healthy. I think this is a really good matchup for us. They're still banged up. Stingley's been out. There is some things that give me some concern after watching the Carolina Panthers game. That Greenlaw kid coming off the edge. I know Will Anderson's on one side. They got the defensive line looks like they can be pretty disruptive if we allow them to be, right? But that's a big concern. But their secondary isn't all that. And then their offense, CJ Stroud, he has 1 interception for the year. Todd Bowles has to get that recipe together as a rookie quarterback. It's time to get that blitz going again. It's time to bring more than, I know he's bringing 5, but it's maybe time to bring that 6 and start getting some more pressure, because that four-man, the 5-man is not working right now. So it is time to mix it up a little more and do some things. And he's overall done pretty good against young quarterbacks. So I am going to take the Bucs in this matchup to beat the Texans on the road and get back on that winning stride that they need to get on, because this is unacceptable. This 3-game losing streak cuts right now. It's not happening.
Yeah, I look at this as two very similar football teams. 2 African-American head coaches. We know that. 2 defensive-minded head coaches. And 2 teams that are averaging or allowing the same amount of points per game, pretty much. They got the same amount of points given up so far this season, both 128 points allowed, both through 7 games. The difference is Houston's putting up more points. The Texans' last 5 games, like we talked about, they're 3-2. In the NFC South, it looks like a trend. So I'm big on trends. They played Atlanta, lost by 2. Played New Orleans, won by 7. Played Carolina on the road, lost by 2. Seems like they'll be back home and probably win by 6 or 7. I don't know. 20-13 maybe again, something like that. Or maybe 18-14 or I don't know, 13 or something like that. I don't know. That's just probably what they feel over there. Tampa, they need a game that they can kind of get right. And this is a must win. Like, I know it's too early to say must win, but this seems like a must win for Tampa, because you lose to this football team, the morale is going to go from everybody talking about us, we're going to prove them wrong, to like, pew. And it's going to be tough to bring that back up. That's 4 straight losses. So they're going to be playing all out. They better be playing all out. But I think Houston's going to do the same thing. Both of these teams, look, the Bucs are 3-4, Texas 3-4. The Bucs are 2-1 on the road. The Texans are 2-1 at home. It's so many similarities with this football team. I just personally believe that their offensive line is going to do a better job than your offensive line against their defensive line. And I think they're going to do better against your defensive line, unless that pressure is coming. I do predict CJ Stroud to have his 2nd interception. I think I was talking about that last week or earlier with you, DJ, this week, that I believe CJ Stroud will get his 2nd interception against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't think that they're going to be able to do enough to move the ball to put points. It's going to be hard. You can't run the ball. They're not allowing a lot running. They're very stout. and they're getting to the quarterback and making things kind of rough back there. And I know you talked about your schedule. I mean, let's not forget, Jacksonville is 6-2 right now. One of their losses came against the Texans, a 37-17 loss. I mean, Pittsburgh right now is what, in the playoffs? I believe their record is 4-3. They did just lose to Jacksonville, but they're a winning team too. That's a physical football team. They won 30-6. New Orleans, that's a tough defense there. They might not be able to put up points, but that defense is usually very physical and tough. They were able to get enough points, that 20 threshold, to beat this football team. They're not gonna give up many points. The last 5 games, the most points they've given up was 21, and that was to the Atlanta Falcons on the road. They gave up 17 to Jacksonville, 6 to Pittsburgh, 21 to Atlanta, 20 to the Saints at home. 13 to the Saints and 15 to the Panthers. And you can't score. That's concerning to me, that Tampa cannot put the ball in the end zone on a consistent basis well enough to be able to beat this kind of defensive performance. Like, this is going to be a tall task, especially not being able to run the football. So even though you had the mini bye, I just don't like the matchup on the road in Houston. I don't like it, but I do like Todd Bowles against CJ Stroud. I just don't know if I like the rest of the team against the rest of the team. So that's the reason why I'm leaning more towards the Houston Texans to get a victory, because I believe in trends, and they lost both games on the road and already won one against the South. It just seems like they're going to win this one too at home. Give me the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm not, like you said, there's a lot of similarities in this matchup. But again, like you said, I understand why you're taking them, right? And just throw out there as another caveat, this is a game where Baker by itself, which, you're a Baker guy, you can contest to this. Baker seems to play better when his back against the wall. And right now his back is against the wall because many people are like, this the Baker that we all expected. This is the one that was in Carolina. This is the one that got himself removed and traded and removed from Cleveland, right? And on the road so far against Minnesota, 20 points. Against New Orleans in that hostile environment, 28. Obviously the one other game, 18 points against Buffalo this last week. But everybody talked about how he threw a perfect Hail Mary pass that possibly could have won the game if somebody got their head up. I don't know. It's just, it feels like this is one of them games because he has been, people have been questioning him and everything like that. It's like a perfect storm for him to come out and have a really good game. Again, on the road, and it's going to be a hostile environment, and it's going to be, I don't know, it just feels that way. And this team has still a lot of veterans that knows what it looks like. It just feels like the Bucs are going to get back on the winning side of this against Houston, and that's why I'm taking Houston. But I understand why you're taking Houston this matchup.
Yep, well, good matchup, man. This is going to be a fun game. This probably be the game that I'll really watch. My game's at 4:05. But this game here is the one that I'm really probably going to check out because I think it's an intriguing match. I'm a defensive guy, so I'm going to love to see these two defensive-minded coaches play chess out there. It's going to be dope against these offenses. And I do trust their offensive coordinator more than Dave Canales. So let me throw that out there too. Jasmine Gray, what's up with you? Sam Howard, though, you had to quit with that. Y'all tanking, or not y'all tanking, but you say it ain't your team, you just support Ron. They are selling that team and tanking and rebuilding. That's what the Washington Commanders going to do. All right, any last thoughts on this one?
Because they got rid of Montez and Chase. Didn't they have to sign both of them on the offseason, something like that?
Nah, they had to get rid of Chase.
Oh, yeah, well, that was obvious. They picked up his fifth-year option. I mean, that was writing on the wall when they did that.
Yeah, they had to get rid of him. I don't know. We'll see. They just know they can't pay a bunch of people in the future, so why not free up some if they ain't doing that much anyway. So
sure ain't.
All right. Yep, stealing money. But the 49ers get richer. All right. Yep, Ron gone too. Yeah, I believe that. I think he was going to try to let Eric Bieniemy get that because he knew he was gone job, so he could be an interim, and maybe he can interim his way into a head coaching job. So that might have been the move, but who knows?
I mean, that's another player. I know we talked about Josh McDaniels going back to New England. What you call him? Go back to Kansas City because Kansas City ain't the hottest right now on offense since Eric Bieniemy's been gone. So he'll probably get his job back over there.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely be welcome back there. Yep. All right, let's get into the final game of the NFC South. The Chicago Bears, the Justin Fields Bears, with the Division II Heisman, greatest Division II player ever, quarterback. He actually didn't look too bad. His receivers failed him. Some other guys, they sold him. That's what the young folks say, sold him. But he didn't look too bad. But yeah, this team looked bad to me last time I saw them on film. The weeks before, I was like, man, look at Chicago. They might be on the come up. They looked like they were just so unprepared and they look god awful last time I saw them. So I ain't gonna even take this long and break this down.
Not at all.
Like this game, but this is the crazy part about this though, DJ. This could be one of those games that we're like, man, there ain't no way. Because I think I did that with the Cardinals and the Cowboys, and the Cardinals came out and just beat the Cowboys. So I don't want to overlook the Bears. I don't, because
you do know. I mean, look, if New Orleans Saints lose to the Chicago Bears, those question marks going to come up again about, whatever, which is probably going to have something to do with Derek Carr. I mean, the defense has been playing pretty solid all year. The offense just can't put up points. Finally, some life has been seen this last matchup, but you always got to put that caveat. You played Indianapolis Colts, who have been giving everybody damn points. You did put up one of the higher points over the Colts, so that might be like the little silver lining too. Like, oh, well, shoot, we still will put up 40. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, that mean you should be able to almost do the same thing against the Chicago Bears. I mean, Chicago Bears, outside of playing the Raiders, who fired their damn head coach, they've been letting up points, somewhat. I guess Minnesota they didn't. But 31 to Denver, Denver's playing a lot better, Mike. And I mean they've been kind of up and down when it comes to points, but overall, I mean you shouldn't lose to a Justin Fields team. I know everybody's getting excited about this Benged freaking YouTube sensation quarterback, whatever the hell he is, but that man ain't doing much of nothing. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Again, New Orleans is at home. You need to put on something for this fan base because they have not seen a lot of good at home this season. You're playing again against Chicago, which, they're about to have another top 10 pick. I mean, top 5, arguably, pick. Thank you, Carolina Panthers, for, probably giving a quarterback. And,
we're going to be winning. We'll continue.
They're going. Well, you're going to have a top 10 pick, so they're going to have a top 5 pick by themselves. And they're going to have a top 10 pick from the Carolina Panthers. So they're looking like, oh, well, F it. We're going to let Justin Fields walk. And we're going to give the Caleb a Drake. But yeah, Chicago, I'm sorry. It just all the hype by the national media. It's just not there. This coaching staff's going to get fired. Again, Saints, don't screw this up. I don't know how y'all can screw this up. But
that's the thing. They shouldn't. Like, I believe they're gonna win, right? I really believe they're gonna win, and it just seems like it should be a given. This should be the what is that? The lock of the week.
Yeah.
But it scares me with the Saints, man. It just really scares me with the New Orleans Saints because I just don't know which New Orleans Saints team I'm gonna get. So, but I'm going with them. It seems like a no-brainer, so I'm not going to take much more time, but I don't feel confident in this win either. So I don't.
I Saints are 1-2 at home. Chicago Bears are 1-3 on the road. I mean, from they don't play well on the road, and Saints, for having a good home field advantage, they haven't played well at home. But yeah, it's come on, man. Like, come on. Y'all lose this game, I'm laughing your asses out in it. Like for real. Like, this is the stretch of their season that Saints should be going on a run, getting these wins. This is why I saw them as they should win this division and should stumble and still win this division. I said that at the beginning of the season because your schedule is easy as shit. It was graded out to be the easiest. And these teams that you're still playing against, a lot of them didn't get no better. So
yeah,
the Saints have no excuse. And I saw Dennis Allen's post game. Like, he tried, like, he damn remember the Titans. Let's stack them. Like, he talking about, that's how it's supposed to feel. Let's just get him one. Let's get another. And I'm like, get your corny ass out of here, man. You just so damn corny. But hey, he might be able to get his first double-digit season of his career. So it's going to start beating lonely teams like the Chicago Bears. You got to take care of it, man. Chicago.
I'm not buying the rest of the schedule. I mean, they got some games they should be able to win, but Minnesota playing better, Atlanta, top of the division, Detroit, still tough. Carolina is going to be hitting stride. So the second time you see them, it ain't going to be the same team. Because, DJ, you said you ain't like the fact you had to play us late because of that. Then they still got Tampa, Rams. I don't know what they'll be at that point. They might be done. But, anyway, they got to get this one. So I'm going to give them a dub.
You got to beat the terrible teams. And Chicago's a terrible team.
Yeah. Boy, don't lose to them, though. I've seen teams. I've seen them.
Oh, I'm going to find them. I'll lose to them.
I've seen them, though, man. I've seen them, DJ.
I mean, they do got DJ Moore. Can DJ Moore have his little magical 200-yard game? Can I don't know. Everything's a reach right now with Chicago Bears. They're just terrible. I'm sorry. Like, they're not good.
All right. Well, y'all know what time it is. It's the NFL Week 9 predictions, man. We're going to do rapid as much as possible. I'm not sleeping on anyone in there. Please don't. I'm telling you.
You can't sleep, but some teams are bad.
Nah,
Chicago is bad.
Nah, DJ, they got one more daggone less win than y'all. What you talking about, man? I'm not about to do that.
Who?
Chicago got 2 dubs. Y'all got 1. I mean 3.
Chicago's just not good.
I can't. I get it. I just can't. I can't. I'm not counting them out. NFL, man. NFL. All right, man. We got Thursday night game. The Tennessee Titans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are we gonna have a Will Levis versus Kenny Pickett battle? Thursday night football? Who you got, man?
Prime time, Mike Tomlin. I know I keep taking Mike Tomlin, but Will Levis had the game of his life. He seems like he rides the roller coaster a lot from college tape to even in the NFL. And I think he's gonna feel himself a little bit. He probably thinks he's arrived, and he's gonna find something out when he has to go to Chicago on a short week. Pittsburgh on a short week. They're gonna lose to Mike Tomlin and the boys. So take it, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh too. Yeah, Levis is the starter. They ruled Tannehill out already. Mike Tomlin gonna confuse him. Trust, I just don't believe that he's gonna allow this young boy to just ball out. So give me Pittsburgh on that. All right. Then we have, oh my gosh, the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Yeah. You want me to pick? I'll go first on this one. I'll go first. Give me Kansas City.
You would pick your second team.
No, you called it. You said Denver was a trap game because they were going to be looking too far ahead at Miami because they know what they're going to have to deal with. And that's what happened. I've looked at Miami, man. Tell me a team Miami 6-2, Chiefs 6-2. It's a overseas game.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy.
Those
I
things get
look
weird,
at
Mike.
Well, I'm gonna talk to you, man. Let's talk for a minute. New England Patriots, trash. Denver Broncos, trash. New York Giants, trash. New England Patriots again, trash. I'm gonna get to my Carolina Panthers, trash at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a 1-16. They lost to Philly. They lost to Buffalo. Two teams that aren't the best team. Well, Philly, was the best team in the NFC. Buffalo, they always praise them, but they've never been truly the best team. It's been Kansas City.
Throttled by Buffalo.
Hey, man, right. 48-20. And then the same thing with Philly. Like, I knew my boy told me, he said, look, man, I'm telling you, I'm not worried about Miami. My brother-in-law, shout out to them, they got married. Said, I'm not worried about Miami because they ain't beat nobody. All this hoop-hop, fast track, all that type of stuff. When it comes to playing a contender, I don't see them winning. So this is another contender. So give me Kansas City. No, I went long on that one.
Yeah. But you could throw that right back at Kansas City. I mean, they lost to Detroit. They lost to Denver in their second matchup, right? But who have they beaten? They beat Jacksonville early season, week 2. Then they beat Chicago, Jets, Minnesota, and a team that you can't stand, the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? That don't play defense either.
So the Dolphins beat too.
Games that ain't that good either. So I think I'm gonna regret this. I shouldn't go against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, but I'm gonna do it today because I don't know. Overseas
you
games,
don't believe in them.
It's not that I don't believe in them.
No, you don't.
I do think they are
week in and
worse without Eric Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator. I do think that's hurting him a little bit, and I just think Miami has something to prove. It is overseas. These games get very weird. I told you that. I remember last year when the Bucs had to play Seattle, and you're like, oh, hell no. I'm trying to tell you, these games just get very weird, and you just don't know who's going to get off that plane sitting right. And whatever team is sitting right and able to be ready to be played at 9:30 in the morning, our time, is going to win this game. But I'm going to take Miami because, like I said, this is a toss-up for me a little bit. I know you don't feel that way, but I'm going to take Miami. This is an interesting matchup. So it does deserve a little more talking through than any other matchup. Than anyone out here. But yeah, I'm going Miami with this one. I think Miami has a good, a shot because of.
They got a shot. They definitely got a shot. Yeah, they definitely have a shot. Just don't believe it, man. I think they caught that L, and I don't see 2 in a row. So give me Patrick Mahomes, boy, man. Great game though. This is gonna be another fun one. I'm gonna watch this one too.
You get to roll up in the morning and watch this. That's a great one.
Oh yeah. And this is the other thing. The Miami Dolphins are giving up 204 points, while the Kansas City Chiefs have only allowed 129 points. And these are teams that I just named that they ain't played nobody. So this their first in points scored, but they're 25th in points allowed, which is not a good recipe. But hey, what do I know? All right, man.
This is kind of big FU DJ. They ain't with his shit.
All right, man. We got the Minnesota Vikings going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium with a concert. Hey, I want to go back to Atlanta game. That was fun. We already said Atlanta's going to get that one, man. So let's move over to another great game.
Ooh, another good one.
Strong coaches, man, and the Seattle Seahawks versus Baltimore. I went long-winded on the last one, DJ, so I'm going to give you the floor, and hopefully it'll reel me in.
Look, Ravens are playing really good ball.
Man, yes.
I like what they got going on. Lamar's playing great, both throwing and freaking running that. I mean, he's playing really good ball, especially, we always talk about quarterbacks getting paid and kind of falling off, but this guy has done, I think, the opposite, and is playing really good. I guess I'm giving away who I'm going to pick. Give me the Ravens. Like I said, I like what the Ravens are doing right now, and I think at home they're going to continue to do what they do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're finally, what's his name? Todd Monken. Him and Lamar are finally starting to get rhythm with this new offense, and he's playing at a high level. The one thing that bothers me is Odell Beckham. He was frustrated throwing helmets, getting upset. He ain't scored this season, only 162 yards so far this season. My boy Zay Flowers, who I was extremely high on, is the leading receiver for that football team with 461 yards. I can pick the receivers, man. I'm trying to tell you. They just, and without Nelson Aguilar dropping passes and stuff, they could easily have one loss right now. But defense is going to be playing outstanding. Seattle's a good team. I just think they're running against a team that they don't want to see right now, and they're going to lose. So,
yeah.
Baltimore at home.
This is another one of them interesting matchups.
Yeah.
Seattle 2-1 on the road. Ravens are 2-1 at home. Something got to break, right? So,
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm taking Ravens at home. And Seattle got to travel from the West Coast to the East Coast. A couple factors against them right now. The one thing that does scare me about the Ravens is that Ronnie Stanley has an injury, so I don't know how bad it is. But I think Lamar can get around stuff like that with his ability. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next game, man, we got Arizona versus Cleveland. Cleveland's defense is outstanding. They're creating all kind of problems for anybody that's pretty much back there. But that's a team that I've been, excited to watch. Offensively, they got some issues here and there. PJ Walker. I don't know if it's going to be Deshaun Watson. Deshaun was starting to look a little bit like himself, even though he hasn't been himself. Only 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. If he's back, does that give him a better shot? I don't know. I believe so, because PJ Walker had 1 touchdown to 5 interceptions, and the next quarterback only had 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I'm surprised they win in any games with that kind of quarterback play. So if you give Deshaun Watson the ball and that opportunity to be better than both of those backup quarterbacks with the way that they've been playing defensively, yeah. I just talked about the Arizona Cardinals like they ain't the worst team in the NFL right now. Sorry, DJ. Give me Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, give me Cleveland Browns. I mean, the 3-1 at home. Cardinals are 0-4 on the road. They got a rookie starting now, Clayton too. And I did like him come out of Houston, but nah, man. I'm about to slip my damn.
They're tanking.
Huh?
They tanking.
Yeah, and let Dobbs go, the guy that's been kind of not turning the ball over, so it keeps him in games. I'm not saying Clayton too can't do the same thing, but come on, man. Like, you got a rookie going to the dog pound. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, I think the Browns will be 5-3 after this matchup. So, Give me the Browns.
All right, so we got the Rams. Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if Matthew Stafford is injured or not. I heard somewhere about that. That's your guy, man. What you mean? It's 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
It's kind of like the Tom Brady thing. I mean, you got what he did at a Super Bowl year. He played, a pretty high level football, and now it's just been downtrending ever since, just as a team and everything else, because that's what you pay for when you sell out for the Super Bowl. So,
I don't like either one of these teams, man. I don't know who the hell to pick. Give me the Rams just because it's my son and father-in-law team. Even though Green Bay's at home, give me the Rams. Hell, toilet bowl game. Yep. I'm thinking about Green Bay too, but give me the Rams.
No, I'm taking the Rams too. I know I talk all that shit about the Rams, but I think the Packers just continue to get in their own way, and I think it's going to continue. And they're going to continue losing. I mean, they're one of the teams that lost to the Raiders. I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got Rams that's losing to teams like Dallas, Pittsburgh, and Philly. Like, but beating the Arizonas and the Indies. You know what I'm saying? Which that's where Green Bay is. But yeah, give me the Rams. I don't care if they're on the road.
All right. So we got Tampa, Houston. We split on that. DJ got Tampa. I got Houston. Washington, New England. Shit, who cares about that either? But give me Washington.
Well, hell, you win Washington, I'll go New England.
All right,
We're gonna do that with this one. We got to break it up a little bit. Me and Michael, I think, are tied right now in our picks, so we need something that's a little different. So yeah, just give me New England for shits and giggles.
Well, we got the Chiefs and Dolphins game different.
Right,
yeah. All right, so we got Chicago Saints. I think we both picked Saints on that one. Yep, we both picked Saints on that one. We did New Orleans, not New Orleans. Colts, Panthers split on that. Oh, we both picked Panthers on that one. Wow, surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Giants and Raiders.
Giants and Raiders. You know, this is the type of game that you talk about to be like a trap game, right? Because I hate to call it a trap game, but like, you know, you fire your head coach. You know, it seems like Devontae Adams has been like every freaking press conference trying his best not to say his coach sucks, but been saying it. You know, Josh Jacobs saying this ain't my job to figure out why the offense sucks. You know, you get rid of all that energy is now out the room. You're playing another woeful team that looks like they're kind of tanking a little bit themselves. And I don't know. Mike knows I don't pick the Raiders a lot, but guess what I'm going to do this week? I'm picking the Raiders because who the hell is even the Giants quarterback this week? Didn't Tyrod Taylor get hurt?
Daniel Jones been playing. He been full practice, so he ready.
Oh, I'm definitely taking the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah. Antonio Pierce is the interim head coach, a former guy that's played, and a lot of feistiness about him, man. A guy that I believe can.
Isn't that his name?
Yeah, I mean, what I thought they had an interim coach that was really good that they should have just daggone kept. He was getting them going, man. They be doing stupid stuff with these coaches, but give me the Raiders too, man. I believe the same thing. They ball, I don't know what you got going on. One hit wonder right now. You got to blow that mess up.
That's the gift for signing Daniel Jones. I'm gonna continue to say it until my fucking head explodes. Like, I don't know why y'all re-signed Daniel Jones because he cut down his turnover. Like, he is a fake what everybody wanted to make Lamar Jackson to be, like a one read, I'm going to run type of quarterback. And he signed his
Lamar. Man, look at Lamar. Oh, this game here, man. I thought this was gonna be Sunday Night Football. Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, honey. Yes, Dallas. Come here, Dallas. Come here, Dallas.
Look, Dakota Prescott
out of Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. 4 o'clock. Prime time. That's a prime time game, Mike. That is a prime time game. And the Cowboys have found ways to go against teams and lose in prime time. We saw what happened against the San Francisco 49ers, getting your ass kicked by 42-10.
Yeah.
And so guess what? You're gonna go to Philly, 4 o'clock game. Everybody's watching. Finally a good 4 o'clock game. But y'all gonna fall short and y'all gonna lose to Philly. Another game. A team that's 3-0 at home. Yeah, it's just gonna happen. How about the Cowboys?
This team is definitely gonna be up for Dallas, just like Dallas is gonna be up for Philly, man. Could potentially be the game of the week easily outside of the Kansas City Chiefs Dolphins game. Look, I'm not comfortable with saying Eagles. Dak's Prescott record against the NFC least is outstanding.
But guess what?
It's outstanding. Washington usually give the Eagles some fits, which they did, but they were able to pull it out. And that's the thing that concerns me. I just watched the Eagles play against Washington. Yeah, they got the dub. That's all that matters. But my goodness, man. It was tough. You allowed 31 points to the daggone Commanders. I don't know.
They're like shit, the Commanders.
Look, the Commanders are damn near last in the NFL with points allowed. Dallas ain't like that. So this offense hasn't been the same since the guy has went to the Colts. I mean, they're allowing, the Dallas Cowboys are 28th in points per game, and they're 4th in the NFL in points allowed. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to make a bold prediction. Give me Dallas Cowboys. No. Dallas gets them on the road.
No. I need to make some ground up anyway, so go ahead and do it, Mike.
No. I thought Dallas was at home. I looked at it wrong. Give me the Eagles.
I knew that the whole way.
Give me the Eagles. Well, I saw a picture. I was looking at something else, not my actual screen.
Wow, man, I thought you were going to
give me the Eagles. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas wins, though. Buffalo, Cincinnati. Give me Cincinnati. Cincinnati just proved everything to me last week. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's run time for the Bengals. And
what
Buffalo, I know they had a couple good games against some teams. I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking about in general. Even though they haven't really played nobody. I mean, they beat Miami. They throttled them, early in the season. But, yeah, I think it's time for the Bengals. And it looks like it. All things looking ahead at home. Yeah, Bengals all day, baby. Joe Burrow. Joe Shiesty.
Yeah. And then we got the Monday Night Football game. Zachariah Wilson against Justin freaking Herbert. The Justin All-American Pie Herbert. Ooh.
I did see a stat, though. When Justin Herbert's defense doesn't allow like 25 points, something like that, he's like 22 and like 5 or something like that. He's a really good record against teams. I mean, as long as his defense doesn't give a lot of points. And guess what? Zachariah is not putting up 25 or 20, whatever the hell. I think it was 25 or 28. I can't remember. He's not getting that. So give me the Chargers on the road against the Jets. There you go, Dre. There you go, Dre. Give me Justin Herbert.
I don't like Zach Wilson.
But you don't like Herbert more.
Well, but I like Herbert more. I like definitely Herbert more than Zach Wilson. I just don't like their coach. And I like Robert Saleh. You got a 4-3 New York football. Who would have thunk they would be 4-3 right now after losing Aaron Rodgers the first freaking play down there? Who would have thought that? They're 2-2 at home. They're 1-2 on the road, the Chargers. And they're a better football team as it stands right now. So give me the Jets.
Give me football Jets, man. Yeah, give me the Jets. I think Justin Herbert's defense is giving up enough points. Yeah, give me the Jets. Wow. They only some rushing touchdowns. Watch what I say.
And they're both 3-2 in the last 5 matches.
Yeah. Give me the Jets.
They ain't happening.
All right, man.
They ain't happening.
Okay.
Chargers all day, baby.
Hey,
I'm going to tune into this game, though. I think I am going to tune into this game, though.
Yeah, I am too, man. Because I'm telling you, Robert Saleh gonna have that boy running for his life, having them all throwing interceptions, something crazy. So,
all right.
Yeah. Hey, man, this week 9 is in the book. Halfway through the season already, DJ. That's crazy.
Everybody in the South to win this week? Have I ever did that? I don't think I have.
No, you did. You had everybody losing last week except y'all.
No, I picked us to lose too.
You didn't pick y'all lose against the Texans. Not Texans. My bad. You did. You had everybody losing last week. You had everybody losing last week. That's what you had. And so you're making up for it and picking everybody this week.
Well, I shouldn't have picked, y'all to lose, but everybody else lost. So, I mean, the one team that, Saints won, but yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't have picked y'all to lose, but it did. So I should have said Bryce. I've been a Bryce guy. I went against Bryce. That was my bad against CJ Stroud. Should have known, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That boy Dre said Mike Riggs wild.
Yes, I am picking. They lost by 3 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they lost New England, but they beat Philly. I'm telling you,
they input my wins this week.
They're gonna. Yeah, I need to do that too. They're gonna get the dub. They are going to get the dub. I gotta do something different. We too close.
We too close.
We are close, man. We neck and neck. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But got any final thoughts, man? So we can wrap this up. Been on here for an hour and a half, man.
Not really. I mean, again, this is a game the Bucs got to win. I mean, look, you're playing Houston. This is, if you follow me on Twitter, I said this. I was not one of these irate Bucs fans that's losing their mind about the Hail Mary or us losing to Buffalo. I made it very clear. I mean, 8 of the next 10, we got San Fran and we got Jacksonville. Those are the 2 games you're kind of looking at like, yeah, the Bucs really ain't on that level. And it'll be very hard for them to win those games. But outside of that, they got a lot of winnable games. And it has to start here with Houston. That's still 8 games. You got 3 wins right now. I did the math. Look, if you somehow find a way to win 6 out of these next 8 that are winnable, that's 9 wins. Yeah. I don't think that's very much to ask for 5 to 6 wins out of this stretch. It really isn't. But you do have to get this Houston game. It's a very important game. So, yeah, they can do it.
All right. Well, you know this boy, Mike Ricks, Carolina Panthers representative. Excited about another game to protect our dirt. We've gone against a bunch of top-tier teams, some good physical teams, defensive teams, all that type of stuff, man. And so to play a team that's not as physical defensively and get a chance to get this offense and Bryce Young, who's hitting stride and getting some momentum over the last few games, it's another great opportunity to continue that on, and who knows what's going to happen in the latter part of this season. But just try to be 1-0 at the end of Sunday. I believe we're going to do that at 4 p.m. Yeah, baby. Late game, so everybody can watch it.
Man, everybody will watch a Philly versus goddamn.
Well, y'all can watch the first 20 minutes. They start at 4:25. We start at 4:05.
There you go. I'll be tuning in.
Yeah, man. But you know what we do.
Yeah, I know what time it is, man. We out of here, baby. We always appreciate all the comments, love, and all that stuff. We have.
Yes, sir.
Peace. See you, Dre.